God.
You little fucker!
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
What the fuck?
I'm so
I
sorry,
ripped you
I
out of
didn't see
that fucking car! You little shit!
I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Just be more careful next time, okay?
Will do, okay.
Curb Your Enthusiasm has a number of interesting economic lessons throughout the series. As the final season is released, I'll be dropping videos every week highlighting a different economic lesson we can find. Today we're going to talk about signaling and screening and how Larry David uses a Make America Great Again hat in order to signal and screen to his benefit. Let's watch the clips.
What? Oh, I missed him again. It's unbelievable.
Hey, Larry. Hey.
Hey.
How you been?
Good.
Yeah, great to see you.
Shit. That's Phil Rosenthal.
Phil Rosenthal.
Just talks about his shows all the time.
Yeah,
His own
shows.
show. How about Romano was on 500 times a day?
Somebody feed Phil.
Oh, shit. With all the chaos in the world and third world countries, feed him.
He should be feeding other people.
It should be called Phil Feeds Everybody.
You know what I'm going to do with him tonight?
What's that?
The Big Goodbye. I'm employing the Big Goodbye.
It's the greatest movie
How
in history.
great is the Big Goodbye?
I've been doing it for years since you taught me.
You avoid a person all night, and then at the end, when you're about to leave, you go, oh, you give them a big goodbye, then they feel good.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Are you kidding? I can't believe I didn't get a chance to talk to you all night, and now I'm on my way out. What a shame.
You give me the big goodbye?
Big goodbye? What are you
Big
talking
goodbye,
about?
where you avoid me all night and then you think you can cure it by having a big goodbye. I know, I've been around.
I wasn't giving you a big goodbye. I never
It
heard
seems
of a
like a big goodbye.
No, it wasn't. It's a normal goodbye. That's a normal goodbye.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't trying to avoid you. Are you kidding? Why would I avoid you?
Have lunch with me Wednesday? We have a lot to talk about. Listen, we're doing Raymond in Portugal. Yeah, everybody loves João. It's fantastic. I get to go. And then I have the whole Somebody Feed Phil show. I want you to do my show. I want to go to Ethiopia with you.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia is great.
I don't think I'm running off to Ethiopia.
Sure, you eat with your hands. It's fantastic. Everybody shares in the
I
thing.
don't like to leave the continent. You know?
No? All right, you know what? We'll start lunch Wednesday. We'll see where it goes. Say yes to me and you can go.
Okay.
Okay.
See him around town with that hat. Make America Great Again. I don't need that crap. He makes me want to not be anywhere near him. I don't know. You can check with Carl, see if he wants to play.
I gotta go.
Oh, hello there.
Hi.
Hi. I'm Phil Rosenthal. I have a 12 o'clock.
Oh, yes, Mr. David's already here.
He is?
Yes, right this way.
Wow. Very impressive.
He was early. Enjoy.
Hey, Phil. Good to see you. Sit down. Boy, I'm so glad we did this. It was such a good idea. You were definitely right. I'm starving. I hope this place is good.
Yeah, it's great. It's a big portion, on the food and everything. It's really a fantastic place.
You know what else? I've been really thinking about this Ethiopia thing.
Yeah, actually, I heard that we have some budget cuts and Ethiopia is a little expensive to shoot in.
Wasn't that one of the shithole countries? I can't remember if that was on the list or not.
Oh, look, I'm getting that thing.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. My son's flight got in early, and I gotta get him. I gotta go get him.
Really?
Yeah, no, really.
Let's send an Uber or something.
He needs to see me because he has a little anxiety.
No, you know what, Phil?
No, we'll something.
Some interesting clips, situations that most of us are not going to get ourselves into. Pretty fascinating here. So Larry David is not a fan of Donald Trump and talks about how they're in Hollywood, so it's a very left-leaning culture out there naturally. So a lot of people are not fans of the Make America Great Again hats. So when they discuss this, Larry decides to figure out a way to get around this, and this is a good example of what we would think of as signaling or screening. Within economics, a signal is something that somebody gives. It's usually not free to give it. And it's trying to indicate to, it's often a prospective employer, but not always, as we see here. And the signal is meant to convey information that will help this other party make a decision. So on a job market, right, you can get good grades. It's not easy necessarily to get good grades, right? It's a lot of work. But if somebody puts in the work to get the good grades, that is a signal of what they might do as a worker. Plenty of other signals on the workforce, perhaps certifications, perhaps other organizations the person was involved with. There's plenty of signals that somebody can give. And Larry David clearly sees this as a signal that he could send, that he knows, converse to what most people want to do with signals, the person won't like, and therefore won't want to stay at the restaurant near Larry David, which is fascinating. Usually when you're sending a signal, you're often trying to send a signal that, look, I'm a high quality worker, you should hire me. That's the opposite of what Larry David wants to do.
What the fuck are you doing?
Oh,
Motherfucker,
God.
what the
God.
fuck? What are you trying to do, man? What the fuck are you doing?
God.
You little fucker!
I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
What the fuck?
I'm so
I had to
sorry,
rip you
I
out of
didn't
that
see
fucking car! You little shit!
I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
Just be more careful next time, okay?
Will do. Okay.
We see a different situation where there is Larry almost is kind of driving carelessly and almost hits a motorcyclist. And the person's upset and yelling and looks like wants to get into a fight. And so here Larry pulls out the hat and puts it on to try to send a signal to the biker, thinking this biker might be a Trump supporter. Puts on the hat, and when the window rolls down, then the biker changes the attitude. Oh, just be a little bit more careful out there, sir. Kind of a funny scene. That's a signal, actually, the opposite way of trying to say, hey, not every, who's going to have a Trump hat if they're not a Trump supporter, right? Not very many people, but so that sent a signal that was interpreted. The flip side is screening, and that's when an organization attempts to figure out ways to kind of weed out individuals or include individuals. So the screening we see, Phil Rosenthal in the restaurant sees Larry David with a hat and instantly says, this isn't somebody I want to work with. Uses that as a screening mechanism. It's not a formal one, but that's a screening mechanism. And conversely, the motorcyclist uses the hat as well as a way to screen, to say, okay, this isn't somebody I should get too upset with, because it's like, hey, this has got to be a good person. They made a mistake. I'll just tell Larry to be more careful. Signaling and screening is covered a lot in game theory because effective signals can actually help society run more efficiently, and effective screening devices can help society run more efficiently as well. Effective signals for the workplace, it could be certificates, it could be particular job experience, it could be GPA, it could be getting a college degree in general or a specific graduate degree. There's a number of various signals that one can send, and a lot are more subtle. How does somebody show up dressed to an interview? Would send a signal. Screening, there are various things that employers do to try to figure out who would we want working for us, and is there a way for us to sort out from drug tests are an obvious form of screening. There can be entrance exams, like you think of the civil service exams, to, once again, maybe it's screening based on having a degree or a GPA cutoff. Or there's a number of ways that firms can screen to try to rule out some people, and then others could be considered. When signaling and screening works effectively, we would say there is a separating equilibrium. That's the phrase within game theory, and it separates out from who would be a good fit for a particular opportunity to who wouldn't be a good fit. And society will run more efficiently when effective signaling and screening can occur, because people would be sorted into the jobs where they'd be most effective. When that's not possible, it's considered a pooling equilibrium if firms are not able to tell who's effective or who would be effective or who would not be effective within a particular job. This Curb Your Enthusiasm episode is pretty funny in the way they represent signaling and screening. But it is a real topic that's covered and studied extensively by economists, by game theorists, and I thought it would be a little bit fun to talk about that with you today. I will be dropping episodes throughout this entire final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm, so if you liked it, please like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.